So this device, they were doing some changes with the handle yesterday. So the handle's mostly attached, but they're looking at maybe changing some of this around the railing. So it has 3 batteries with 6 cells in it. It looks like it's probably disconnected right now because there's no power to the tablet. Normally there would be power to the tablet as long as the batteries aren't dead. So I'm going to kind of go through some of the operation of the device and kind of how the process works, so everybody kind of gets a clear idea. So you would normally put it in a room and lock the wheels. Plugging it in, you're going to have AC power to the device. And the tablet's now getting power. Normally it would have power to begin with, so you wouldn't have to wait on any boot time as you're moving from position to position or room to room. We have this startup screen in the tablet, so that's part of Android. And that's part of this Arbor tablet configuration. Customize start logo. And we haven't developed the mobile device management piece of it that automatically starts and locks out the tablet. So we have to manually start the app here. This is our application splash screen to start up. It's doing some checks right now to GLaDOS to make sure that communication is live and we're able to operate the device basically. So those checks passed. We didn't see any errors. This is our welcome screen. So this would be kind of the home screen when you walk in and come to operate the device. So this build is a demo build, and it has some of the features from the mid tier in it. And we have to develop some of the base model tier items, such as manual user login and manual room selection. And this also has some hard-coded data in it for rooms. So you'll see how that works here in a second. So this one is enabled with NFC login. And so we can pick that up. It will detect the user. This is a transition screen from the previous design. Now this is a mocked out screen for the position detection. So normally this is a representation of you in the room and trying to identify a marker on the ceiling. And so once we built that out, it would be able to detect that in its peripheral vision and direct you in that direction. And it's basically scanning in a sense for that optical detection. So the next step would be that you would move it towards that position. This is just a manual progression here. Now I've gotten in position and it's locked and it shows that you're in the right position to operate. So moving forward with that, now that I'm in position, this is an instructional screen that we put in. We may remove this. The debate here was the degree that we guide the user versus the degree that we would restrict a power user's usage of it. So somebody new to the device, this would be helpful. Somebody that uses it every day for a year, it's going to be a hassle. So that may be something that's configurable. Maybe we turn it off after a couple weeks, whether we have it or not. But this will basically tell you what you need to do. So place the orange remote cone outside the door, and that is, we got an extra table here. So this is that quiver they mentioned as far as for a smoke detector cover that would potentially set off some smoke detectors. This is the orange remote cone that's embedded in the device. It has magnetic attachments. It will also have electronics as far as an LCD screen to show a countdown, show when it's okay to enter. We can configure that. It has charging built into it, so when it's docked, it charges. So this is the orange remote cone that would go outside the door here and let people know not to enter while it's being operated. And so that screen basically prompted us to do that. Now there's the motion control. So that's going to be inside the room. here, it's called the black motion tethered Doppler cone. Many names, but motion cone is most common. You place that facing the door, so if somebody comes in and enters, it would detect and trigger to stop the device. And so we're looking at on this model having potentially two of those in case we're in a room just like this. Two doors that could be entered. So that's another option. So we've set that up. Now we're at the protocol progress screen where now we've detected the position, so we know what room we're in. We know what room, so we know what room protocol that we have. So this one's hard coded as a 2x1, and we're into that first position. So and you can see the start button has enabled now. So we can go and exit. It tells us to leave the room. I can cancel if I change my mind. But at this time, let's go ahead and leave the room and let it go ahead and pulse. And yes, we'll be kind of exposed. So exit countdown. Configurable on a current device, whether you want to do 15 or 20 seconds, something that's reasonable. Little hard to look directly at. 67 hertz is a lot easier, as far as sound and brightness on operators. It's regular glass, so it filters out the UVC light that's used for disinfection, not the UVA and B, which you see. But typically for just operation in a hospital, they sell those blackout curtains, where if they want to completely mask it to not draw attention or cause any disruption in their operation. Use those. And so these NFC cards, they were used, plan on using them for users potentially, also potentially for lamps. So if we have a new lamp come, it might come with an NFC card, so you don't have to type in that, and you can just pull it out of the box, scan it. You don't even necessarily know what the ID is, but it's. So we ran 1 minute cycle. We now see that cycle is complete, and at this point, you would move to the next position, and we go back into that position detection mode where we look for the ceiling tag. This has a manual progression for now, and now this would be the representation of being at the next position to complete the protocol. Other things are that you could cancel the protocol if you decide, like, I want to just go to another room and I don't have time to finish this one. You can cancel. Other operations on the device are, we're kind of basically an operator right now, but this has elevated permissions, so you can go to this settings menu for other admin and service level operations. So that's what we're building out as far as requirements and functionality. Okay. All right. Cool.
Very nice.